Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing on this lovely last Sunday of August, I believe? How about that? September is here. So, if you can, please rise. Oh, before you rise, be sure that you get these little devices here to put them into the meditation mode so they have an hour of solid meditation for themselves. And then, if you can, please rise. We're going to sing a spirited version of Spirit-Led, Spirit-Fed with my partners, Kara Rezegui and Andres Medina. So here we go. I'm spirit-led, spirit-fed. Everywhere and always I am spirit-led. I'm spirit-led, spirit-fed. Everywhere and always I am spirit-led. Flowing like a river of peace. I am nature's wandering child. Love cannot be added to me. I am made complete in the divine. I am spirit-led, spirit-led. Everywhere and always I am spirit-led. Spirit-led, spirit-led. Everywhere and always I am spirit-led. There's magic in every day, like a beautiful song. And as we're choosing our way, there's a voice inside to guide us along. We are spirit-led, spirit-led. Everywhere and always we are spirit-led. We are spirit-led, spirit-led. Everywhere and always we are spirit-led. We are spirit-led, spirit-led. Everywhere and always we are spirit-led. We are spirit-led, spirit-led. Everywhere and always we are spirit-led. Everywhere and always we are spirit-led. Everywhere and always we are spirit-led.
Oh, welcome everywhere and always. We are spirit fed, and we sure are this morning. I want to welcome everybody that's here. It's so great to have your presence. And those of you who are online, thank you for being with us. If you will say hello on the chat, Mel will be greeting you back, and we are so glad for everybody here in person and everybody out there. Our Reverend Victoria broke her foot in 3 places when she was in LA, and she's having trouble walking in her boot. And so we're sending her big prayers and saying, hello, Victoria. I bet you're there with us. Yeah. Ooh, sending prayers and energy. And we are so blessed to have Dr. Barnsley Brown step in to do the message at the last minute. And she says she hasn't given the message here in 10 years, so it's about time. And we are so grateful for her presence today. Thank you, Barnsley. Okay, so we are now going to light the candle, the invocation candle. And this isn't just a mindless ritual. This is to remind each of us that that Christ light, that eternal light, if you don't like Christ, that divine light is in our hearts, and that we are deeply igniting that place as we come together today in this joyful service. And as we do that, we are going to say the invocation that will be on your screen that I sometimes have to make sure I can remember. Here we go. And if you're new, it's on this beige paper. Here we go. There is only one presence and one power, active in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotence. we take a deep breath, and as we exhale, we do surrender right into those arms of love that dwell just beneath our heart in that holy space. We bring the I am of us into that holy, holy space where we unite with the omnipotent, omnipresent divine. And as we take another deep breath and we exhale, we release anything that stands between us, inner peace, feeling the love and the joy of the divine. We release anything. Any thoughts about the hassle of getting here? Any thoughts about what we're going to have for lunch? Anything that stands between us and experiencing the divine peace inside. And as we inhale and breathe in spirit, we imagine our feet as they relax. We imagine just the divine blackness, which is the energy fields around every atom in our body. And imagining that as we relax our calves and see them as just darkness, blackness, up to our knees, our thighs, our groin, our torso, our heart, our shoulders, our neck, and our head. And then imagining that big, deep space behind the eyeballs. We are so grateful to be here today. And with this relaxation in place on this morning that's been cleansed by the rain, big rain yesterday, such a pristine, cool morning for which we're so grateful. Connected in that heart space, knowing that there we're all connected with everybody in the universe, and especially with each other. And in that space, we spend a couple of minutes in silence, beginning now. And as we know ourselves as this divine, we know that there are also people in need of our prayers, in need to consciously or unconsciously know that connection in their hearts. And if you will, bring them to mind and whisper their words aloud, their name aloud. And staying in this holy place, we're going to invite our prayer chaplain, Karen Rowe, to come up and pray for those prayers that are in the prayer box.
Knowing that the heart of life is love, we open our hearts and share them with our prayers with each other, and especially for those who have taken time to write down their prayers, asking for support. We see them experiencing their highest purpose and their highest good, knowing that they too are actively co-creating it. We give them all our support in their endeavors, and we share our light with theirs. We see them whole, healing emotionally and physically any hurt or pain. We see them with good, wholesome relationships, opening to new ones as well. And we see them experiencing life for the goodness that's in it, for the good. And renewing each morning the spirit of love of life and its gift for all of us, and the love in it. And so it is. Amen.
And so it is. And softly, staying in that place connected with the divine of you, open your eyes and make contact with one or two other people in our community, seeing the divine in them and knowing that you are being seen as the divine. And we'll move on now to say our vision and mission statement, which if you're online will be on your screen, and if you're here for the first time, it's on this. Our vision: we envision the divine light awakening in all. Our mission: we center in peace and love. We connect in our hearts with others. We celebrate our journey toward wholeness, and we empower others to experience their spiritual magnificence. And so it is. And we are going to have special music, and then without further ado, our speaker today, Dr. Barnsley Brown, will come, and we're eager to hear her message.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, online friends. So continuing this theme of the mind, I realized that I had written a song a few years ago that I always refer to as my mental health song, because I wrote it at a time when I was really obsessively worrying about something, and I was thinking about the nature of that. And so this song is called Round and Round. Round and round we go again. My thoughts go spinning through the wind, and I find myself wondering why tie them tightly to a kite. The sun comes out as I wave goodbye. Then I sit, I plant the seed. Then I know I'm all that I need to be. Round and round we go again. My heart goes flipping through the wind, and I find myself knowing why. I take you gently from my mind, buy a taxi, watch it drive. The sun comes out as I wave goodbye. Then I sit and plant the seed. Oh, then I know that I'm all that I need to be free. To be free. And round we go again. My thoughts go spinning through the wind, and I find myself wondering why. I take the voices from my mind, tie them tightly to a kite. The sun comes out as I wave goodbye. Then I sit and plant the seed. Oh, then I know that I'm all that I need to be free. To be free.
Wow. Wow. To be free. To be free. To take out those thoughts in our minds that are holding us captive, and to really soar with divine mind. How many people here believe in miracles? And live streamers, you can put yes, me, in the chat. How many people here have experienced a miracle in your life? Thank you. And how many people think I'm just a little crazy, as my 15-year-old would say with a K, crazy, for saying that you can have a miracle here today? Go ahead, put your hands up if you want. Thanks, Maria's our contrarian here. So I'm here to tell you, all of you, today, that you are the miracle. You are the miracle. Your consciousness is the miracle. Your consciousness made in the form of divine mind, with capital D and capital M,
not direct message, but divine mind. Maybe it is direct message. Divine mind is within you. And we need only call on mind with that capital M, and then everything opens up. Everything opens up. A space of possibility, a space of abundance, a space of joy, no matter what is happening in life. Let me repeat that. No matter what is happening in life. You see, life is going to life, right, you all? Life is going to life on us. Life is going to life. Let's just be real. We're going to experience loss. We're going to lose jobs. How many people here have lost jobs? Woohoo! Put your hands up. If your hands are not up, then your nose is growing. That's all I have to say. How many people here have lost relationships? I mean the kind of romantic, kissy-kissy ones. All right. How many have lost more than one romantic relationship? Let's be real. All right, y'all be raising your hands on live stream too. We can see you, we think, in consciousness. How many people here have lost people you love who've made their transitions? How many people have experienced loss in the last few years? Right? Thanks for putting your hands up so much, y'all. I didn't know that, Richard Simmons would be here with us today. So the thing is that miracles of the mind are possible right now when we align with divine mind. When we let the petty thoughts of our little consciousnesses that love to catastrophize, right? Have you ever noticed that? Catastrophizing. So when I got the message from Reverend Victoria on Friday asking me, and I was on vacation, about to come back. I was at a beautiful place and enjoying a saltwater pool with my daughter and her first boyfriend, right? So sweet. And I got the message, and I will admit to you, the first thing that went through my head is no. No, I won't speak on Sunday. I'm on vacation right now. I'm whatever. All this stuff started going through my head, right? Even though I speak regularly, you all, I'm a regular speaker for a lot of unities on Zoom, unities in California, unities in Oregon, unities other places. It's been 9 years since I've spoken here. And part of me was like, well, no, I won't do it. I'm coming back from vacation. I need a little more break. My mind was going there. And then I stopped myself. I'm being real, you all. I stopped myself and I said, whoa, this is divine mind, because just 3 days ago, it had gone through my head, and that was not me, by the way. Barnsley, you're going to be speaking at Unity Center of Peace soon. I kid you not. And I saw myself up here. And in fact, I had just gotten this fun little thing, and I was like, oh, that would be great to wear at Unity. I'm serious, you all. I'm not kidding. I was like, oh, this would be great to wear at Unity. This is a Unity thing. You know what I mean? A Unity thing. Like, we're a little way out here. You can dress however you want in Unity, and we love you. You can mix and match, whatever you want to do. So my mind went to no, and then I had to stop myself and get quiet and say, well, this is God. This is divine mind speaking and saying, you're going to do it. And so, of course, I said yes. And within 45 minutes, I just downloaded what I was supposed to talk about. This isn't a talk I've given before, you all. It just downloaded, and I would just stuck it in my phone because I didn't have a pen and paper at the pool. And Debbie's like, oh, by the way, we need it by 4:30. It was like, 3:45. I said, no problem. Sent her the talk title. Oh, we had a talk title similar to that. And I said, okay, here it is. And done, just done. Now, I would like to say, you all, none of that was Dr. Barnsley Brown. None of it. None of that. It was all Spirit coming through. And what a privilege. What a privilege. And when we say yes, even when we don't want to, and I'm not saying yes to like jumping off the cliff, right? Or yes to bungee cord jumping or whatever, you decide. Get good insurance first. Not yes to that, but when we say yes to Spirit, then the way is made for us. Everything is made for us. It's done. It's easy. It's easy. But you see, most of our society is addicted to struggle. Struggle. You know what I'm talking about? I see people nodding. It's got to be hard. I've got to really earn it. Got to work hard. Got to work 70 hours a week. Got to do this. No! That's all a script. That's all little mind. Little mind, the littlest mind, and not divine mind. Divine mind wants us to be abundant, wants us to be in the flow, wants things to be easy for us. But guess what? Who is standing on their own water hose? You know what I'm talking about? Where you go out and you're going to water, you open up the spigot and you're like watering all your stuff, and you're, oh, babe, what beautiful plants, and you're kind of giving thanks for your plants. I do. And then you say, well, why is the water not coming out? What happened? Did they turn it off? Did something happen? Did the government shut down? And then you look down, and there you are, smack dab on the water hose. Smack dab on your own water hose. So I'm going to ask you, how are you standing on your own water hose today? Oh, yeah, how are you doing that? Because the first thing, everybody snap with me. The first thing, come on, y'all. You got to give it some sass. Come on now, in the blue shirt. I can't see your name tag from here. Let's see you snap. First thing is, with mind, connecting with divine mind, the highest mind. We have 4 things we can do, and I just used the acronym MIND because that's what I downloaded. So hopefully you can remember them that way, right? Mind. The first thing is we monitor. We monitor our thoughts. And do you remember those hall monitors when you were in school? Do you remember them? Who was a hall monitor? Nobody's going to admit it. But no one will admit that. But the hall monitor was making sure you had a pink pass or you were in trouble, right? We need a hall monitor up here, because what's going on up here most of the time is what Zig Ziglar called stinking thinking, and it's why he said we need a checkup from the neck up. Time for a checkup from the neck up. So I want to show you all, I teach Reiki. I'm a Reiki. I've taught Reiki for, I've practiced it daily for 30 years, and I've taught it all over the world. And some of you have been my students, like Pat and Karen. And in Reiki, we understand that there's an energy from each of our thoughts. And there's an energy from us, right, that we send out into the world. And either we can be that energy vampire, you know the one, that you're a woman and you like duck into the men's bathroom, right, because you want to get away from that energy vampire, or vice versa. Or hopefully it's gender neutral, but you still duck into the bathroom to get away from that person. So we can be that person, we can be the energy vampire, or we can be the energy giver. We can be the energy provider. We can be the energy emitter. And so I want to show you real quickly, energetically, what happens in your body when we hold those thoughts of negativity. So I want a volunteer, hopefully somebody who's well hydrated with water. Coffee doesn't count. Come on up. Volunteer. I have the feeling you want to come up, right, Amanda? Yes. Come on up here. God told me you were supposed to come up. All right. Thank you. Yes, she's saying yes. Everybody give her applause. She said yes. And I would say she wasn't a volunteer, she was a voluntold. Forgive me.
That's okay.
All right, so I'm going to ask you to put your arm up like this,
Okay.
all right? And I'm just going to press down lightly, all right? And I want you just to resist, okay? Good. And I want you to say your full name. I am
Amanda Louise Zimmerman.
Okay, good. Nice and strong. I'm doing kinesiology, you all. And now I want you to say, I am Michael Jackson.
I am Michael Jackson.
And her arm goes down. Now say, I am Jennifer Lopez.
I am Jennifer Lopez.
It goes down. Now say, I am Benifer.
I am Benifer.
It goes down. All right. And now say your name again.
I am Amanda Gunderman.
And it's nice and strong. I'm just pushing with one finger, and it holds strong. Her body holds strong. Okay, now you can rest for a second. All right, now I want you to think about something that is stressing you out. All right, you don't need to, she's got it. See? She has it. Something that's stressing you out, okay? And you don't need to tell us, but I want you to think about it. Just close your eyes if that's easier. Black out, everybody. Think about it. Oh, wow, yeah. Watch her arm. Go straight down. All right, do it again. Just think again. All right, we're not going to leave you this way, just so you know. All right, now, I want you to think about somebody you love. Yeah. And thank you for bringing the tears. She brought the tears because you know what? You all, when one of us cries, we all get permission to cry. And we all have reasons to cry. I did a lot of sobbing the other day. I have a sobbing chair, by the way. I do. I sit in it and sob when I need to. No kidding. I put on a candle and I sob. All right. So hold there. Okay. Now think about someone you love. You just love them, and you just love to be around them. Okay. Wow. You all. Look. Like that's that. All right, now we're going to do one more thing. Everybody, hold up your hands. And this is the great thing. Hold up your hands, and I've got your heart energy center right here. And I want you just to send her so much love that Amanda is a beautiful, loving, gorgeous, fantastic, smart, abundantly loved by all of us person. Just send that love out. And we see a waterfall of light coming down from the heavens and just washing over you, Amanda. Just washing over you. And all you get to do is just breathe it in. There's nothing else for you to do but just receive with love. And we'll just do an affirmation in our minds, one of our wonderful unity blessings. Amanda, through the powerful divine spirit within you, you are healed on all levels of body, mind, and spirit. And you are loved and precious. And so it is. All right. Thank you for being there. All right, now I want to show you something cool, really cool. Maria, come on up. Now, when you held your hands up, I would imagine you felt like you were giving to her, right? You felt like you were sending to her. Yeah, you were sending her love. And indeed you were. But guess what? It was coming through you. Oh gosh, so much energy that this is gonna like fall off. Is it still on? Seriously, you all, my earrings pop out sometimes. So I had to start wearing those little plastic bags because otherwise they pop out. So now hold your arm out, Miss Maria, and I would like you to say your full name. Maria. Good. Now I'd like you to say, I am the rock.
I am the rock.
And it goes down. You're trying really hard to hold it up. All right. Now, I want you just to hold your hand there, and I'm going to press down. You see, look, who had the effects as well of what we did a minute ago?
I did.
Yeah! Yeah, thank you. So every single, thanks for volunteering. Every single person here had the effect of that. Every single person had the effect of it, because guess what? It came through us. It's not our own energy, y'all. This is love. Divine mind just came on through and out through those hands, and there was a circulation that happens. All right? And so we've got to monitor our thoughts. And when we see someone struggling, this is why in unity, we don't say, well, how sad that so-and-so just lost their, whatever, their job. We say, I affirm that Andreas has the perfect job coming to him right now, and he loves it more than he's ever loved any job, and he jumps out of bed in the morning to go to his job. And this is why when we think of Reverend Victoria, hi, Victoria, When we think of Victoria, we don't think about what happened. We think about she is healing, she is whole, she is well, and we see her just walking along and dancing like she usually does when she's up here. You know, she does that little dance. So we see her here and whole. All right? So the first point is M for monitor what? Our thoughts. Okay, let's say it again. Monitor what? Our thoughts. That's the M. I won't spend as much time on the others in case y'all are worried. But let me give you a definition of miracle from Oxford Languages. A surprising and welcome event that is not explicable by natural or scientific laws and is therefore considered to be the work of a divine agency. Well, y'all, who is the divine agency? Yes, thank you. So take your finger, hold it up like you are super smart, and turn it this way. You're the divine agency. And we know also that this isn't something that happens as a surprise necessarily. It is explicable by natural or scientific laws. In Unity, we talk about the law of mind action, right? Thoughts held in mind create after their kind. So if we hold crappy thoughts, what I like to call, like an Italian grandfather, crapiola. If we have crapiola up there, guess what we get in our life? We get some poo-poo. Poo-poo. And then more poo-poo and more poo-poo, and all the poo-poo hits the fan. Have you ever noticed? Say that with me. Crapiola. Crapiola. So when this has got crapiola in it, it's going to create that in the external world. That's going to be our experience, even if everything is wonderful. Even if 1 million people would want to be in our life, in our shoes. And I guarantee you, there are 1 million people who would like to be in your life, in your shoes, right now. All right? Crapiola creates crapiola. And the great thoughts, the good thoughts, the thoughts aligned with the 12 powers. The 12 powers, remember, lip juice flows. Love, say it with me, love, imagination, power, judgment, understanding, zeal. I love that one. Faith. Oh, yeah, Jews. Elimination. I just eliminated elimination. F for faith. L for what? Life. O for order. W for will. Will. We need to refresh on these. And S for what? Strength. Lip, juice flows. The 12 powers of unity. What we see also is the 12 apostles. What can we do when we're in the crapiola? We just choose one. Just choose one. Choose one. Love. Choose the one you can remember. It's probably the perfect one. Order. Choose that and ask, how can I bring order with a capital O to this situation? How can I bring love to this situation? How can I bring imagination to this situation? And there's where the miracle happens. Do you all get it? The miracle happens when we choose one, just one. You don't need to choose more than one, just choose one. Make it easy. The miracle happens when we choose and we ask, how can I bring that here? God mind, divine mind, how can I bring love to this situation? Then the miracle happens. So the I, you all, is for investigate. When you investigate, guess what? You have an open mind, the place of possibility. We investigate. Now, we might have a suspicion about something, think about detectives, but we must keep an open mind. And so when we have that idea, well, let me investigate here, things can shift. So I want to give you something that I love to give my clients, and that is an exercise that will shift anything in your life. Anything. Who would like that? 2, 3 people? Okay, throw those arms up, y'all. Okay, good. We're getting a few more. Doing the slow slide up. All All right, what you do is at the beginning, you might want to write this down, and there's some note things in the back there, so you can do this when you get home. You can do the whole exercise. So what you do is you write, the reason I am having the experience of blank. The reason I am having the experience of blank, and in blank, guess what you put in there? The hard thing, the difficult thing, the challenge, is so that I can learn. The reason I'm having the experience of blank is so that I can learn blank. All right? The reason I'm having the experience of blank, fill in the blank with the hard thing, is so I can have the experience of blank. So recently, and I do this with everything, you all, it turns it all around. Recently, I was having the experience of feeling very tired. I've been working really hard on some new things that I'm creating, and a new book, a children's book that I'm working on. So I've been working on a lot of stuff and taking care of my clients and my Reiki masters and all of that. So I've been doing all of that, and I was feeling worn out, just sort of bone tired. And so I did this. This is some weeks ago. And the answers I got is here's just one of them, so that I can learn to love myself just as I am right now, not for what I produce. I know some of you resonate with that. So I can learn to love myself just as I am right now, not for what I produce or create. Some of the other answers I got is so that I can learn to take lots of vacation time. So guess what I did? I went and took care of a farm with 5 horses and a bunch of chickens. I couldn't even count them. They were running all over. And 2 dogs. Last week, now there is a lot of poo-poo with the horses, I have to admit, but I chose to focus on their beauty, right? So I took care of this farm and went by myself, and it was wonderful. I didn't go out anywhere else. I just sat in different places and walked all over the farm and shoveled a lot. And it was wonderful. And then I came back for one day, worked with some clients, and then I was like, well, now it's time to go to Charlotte with my daughter and her boyfriend, and let's go to Carowinds. Whoop! So off we went again, right? I took a lot of breaks and came back just feeling great, rested, refreshed. So I can tell that some of you here need a vacation, all right? I can, because your energy, and you know it, your energy may be a little low for you, right? For you. And that's not a judgment, you all. I was right there. So we investigate and ask, the reason I'm having the experience of this is so that I can learn X. And list 12 things. That's your assignment. And they have to all have a positive part to them. Every single one has to have a positive part to it.
I lost the assignment.
The assignment is to write at the thing you just wrote down. The reason I'm having the experience of blank is so that I can learn blank. And then you list 12 things you're learning. Exactly. And guess what? By the time you get to 12, you will have shifted that. It will be shifted in your consciousness. It will totally be shifted. So powerful. All right, so I hope you'll choose to do that. Investigate, right? Do you believe that everything in your life is for your good? Every experience is meant to serve you. Every experience. Every experience. The relationship with the narcissist, the job you lost, the house that burned down, whatever it is, it's meant to serve you. I remember when my computer completely blew up, and I was freaking out because I had all my notes of all sorts of stuff and manuscripts and stuff on that computer. And I just decided, I sat with this, and I was like, oh, well, thank God I've been given a blank slate. I've just been given a blank slate without the clutches of the past. How beautiful is that? And then began a creative opening. But I had to get off my water hose. All right, so you all investigate. In is notice. Last week, I know that Reverend Chris talked about nature, the vitamin N, nature, and how important that is. And now I'm going to talk about the other vitamin N, which is notice. Notice. Did anyone else notice this gorgeous necklace and earrings that Pat has on? I have to admit, I was distracted during the invocation because I was thinking, oh, that's so beautiful. It gave me joy to see what she's wearing. Who noticed the flowers coming in? And you had a moment of joy, right? So what if we just take those moments of noticing? Who noticed how amazing that jazz music was this morning before we even came in? Who noticed that? Whoa. You know, I was out there just feeling like I was in a club somewhere enjoying some jazz, but that noticing. But when we're worried, when we're focusing on the negative, that's where we are. And what we focus on grows. Where our focus goes, there our energy grows. So focus goes on joy, and guess what? Joy grows. And there's lots to enjoy in life. I know our friend back there in the striped shirt, I don't know your name, but he was saying, oh, this coffee smells so good. He went into, it's like, oh, yeah. And I said, yeah, it does. And we were just having a moment of coffee enjoyment. But notice because it's all around. Notice all the beauty. Notice. And then finally, the last thing, you all, is dream. So often, we won't allow miracles in our lives. We stand on our water hose because we've let go of a dream. We've let go of a dream. I didn't intend to tell this story, but I'm going to tell it because I feel like I'm supposed to. You know, my brother passed about 1 3/4 years ago. And my brother and I had a relationship that was like this. You know, I felt like I lost him many times in my life where he would get upset with me and mad at me and cut me off. And then he would decide it was okay to be around Barnsley again. He had some issues, you all right? We all have issues, but he had some things going on that were causing this. Let's put it that way. And one thing I can tell you is I never gave up hope that I would be reunited with my brother. I always held that vision that he and I would have more conversations. And there came a moment when I went over there because we didn't know what had happened. Nobody had heard from him. We had called the police. They'd knocked on the door. We tried to see what was going on, and nobody would come to the door. And I went over with my daughter, with my ex-husband, who, bless his heart, climbed up on his balcony, pulled my daughter up, and she knocked on the door and said, Uncle Eagle, Uncle Eagle. And she wanted to stop, and I said, keep going, Zelia, keep going. Uncle Eagle, Uncle Eagle, Uncle Eagle. She kept going, and he finally came to the door, you all. And at that moment, I was so happy to see my brother alive. So happy that he was alive. And after that time, it was during COVID, after that time, and he wouldn't go out because he was afraid of COVID. After that time, we went over and we would take Peruvian chicken. He loved Peruvian chicken, right? And my ex-husband is Peruvian, so we'd go get the Peruvian chicken, the chicken and all the accoutrements, and we'd go over. And he would pass us 2 chairs, and we'd sit down beneath the balcony. And sometimes he'd pass his cat. Seriously, because I was like, let me see your kitty cat. And eventually Sammy became mine. Sammy, one of his cats, he had 3. And we would talk. And I treasure, you all, those conversations. And those conversations were possible because I held to a vision that stress and strain would be eliminated. And just so you all understand, he was mad at me because I hugged him, right? That's why he was mad at me the last time and cut me off. And I had a slight cold, and he was mad that I would hug him when I had a slight cold. That was my brother. It's okay. But we had our conversations, we talked about all sorts of stuff. And I'll tell you that I said to my brother, it's time to let this go, the stuff that happened when we were kids. It's time to let it go. It's time to let it go because it's going to kill you. And he said, I know. And that's the last time I saw him. So, the choice is yours. Little mind would stay in stress and tension. Little mind would stay separated from someone I love, even when he's a challenge. Little mind would say, this will never be healed. Little mind would say, you're going to be estranged forever. But divine mind gave me a dream. And the dream was, you will reconnect. You will have conversations. You will be reunited. And we were. So what is your dream? What is your impossible dream? Notice, what is that impossible dream that you think will never happen? You'll never, ever talk to that person again that you had a falling out with. Maybe you'll never see that child that's drug addicted. Whatever it is that you think, you'll never see that child again. Hold the dream, because you better believe the dream of love, the dream of reconciliation, the dream of unity comes from divine mind. So instead of catastrophizing, my friends, instead of catastrophizing, how about we miraculize? Say it with me. I, and your name, not mine, I, Barnsley, now commit to miraculize the seemingly impossible in my life. And so it is.
So we are going to do, it's a little early for us to go through our greatest hits, but we had a kind of an interesting conversation, and we got confused as to you've got a friend or you've got a friend in me. Well, they're pretty close, so anyway, that's where we got to. If you like the song and you know the words, please feel free to sing along.
you've got a friend. If the sky above you grows dark and full of clouds, and that old north wind begins to blow, keep your head together and call my name out loud, and soon you'll hear me knocking at your door. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running, running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call, and I'll be there. Oh, yes, I will. Now, ain't it good to know that you've got a friend when people can be so cold? They'll hurt you, oh, and desert you, and take your soul if you let them. Oh, but don't you let them. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running, running there to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call, and I'll be there. Oh, yes, I will. You've got a friend. Oh, you've got a friend. Ain't it good to know you've got a friend? Ain't it good to know? Ain't it good to know? Ain't it good to know? You've got a friend. Wow, you guys sound amazing.
Wowie zowie. Wowie zowie. First, we have this incredible message. Thank you, Barnsley. That was great. And it's about our energy. And then this music. You've got a friend reminding us, A, that the friend is here, that the friend is here amongst us. And now we get to have a sacred ceremony of prosperity and of belonging using that energy. I give to this community because I need to feel like I belong here. And I want to support what this community does because it gives so much to me. And there's just a gift, the gift. And then we know that there's this law of prosperity, that when we give, it comes back exponentially to us. I won't tell the story again of the month I started tithing is the month I started not having to draw from my little nest egg. But talk about a miracle. Yeah. So we're going to, there's ways to give. If you're online, there's a lot of ways to give. You can give through text, that's what I do. You can give through a check. You can, there's all kinds of ways. It should be on your screen. And whatever way that you give, let's hold this up in our hearts and say the blessing. of what we give, because those funds, they're just another form of energy, of our energy made manifest in that form. So we give our energy and our love to this community as we say the blessing. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I am.
Happy, I'm joyful, I am fulfilled. Happy, I'm joyful, I am fulfilled. I'm aware of all my blessings, so much love I can't sit still. I'm happy, I'm
Well,
joyful.
you said the blessing
I am
over the gifts.
happy, I'm joyful, I am fulfilled. Happy, I'm joyful, I am fulfilled. I'm aware of all my blessings, so much good I can't sit still. I'm happy, I'm joyful, I am fulfilled. I'm happy, I'm joyful, I am fulfilled. I'm happy, I'm joyful, I am fulfilled. I'm aware of all my blessings, so much grace I can't sit still. I'm happy, I'm joyful, I am
Energy.
And so let's just all hold our hands up and let's just bless these gifts and all the gifts that have been given by text and all the other ways that they come in. And we know that as we circulate divine energy in the form of all these givings, all these prayers, all of this support of our community in many forms, time, talent, and treasures, we see it just moving through this community and out to the world, and we see this energy of love and abundance wrapping around the entire planet and moving out even into the cosmos. And so it is.
So it is. So, do we have anybody who's here with us for the first time? If you will, raise your hand. I don't think so. No new people. If you're here with us online, we want to say welcome. We are so glad that you have joined us. And if you will say hello in the chat, you'll get a big welcome back. And we have one more special music. Take it, team.
All right. So, there's a lot of talk about the mind and feeling good, and I thought it was about time I got serious and sang a song that really expressed how I feel about things in life. Some things in life are bad, they can really make you mad. Other things just make you swear and curse. When you're chewing on life's gristle, don't grumble, give a whistle, and this will help things turn out for the best. And always look on the bright side of life. Always look on the right side of life. If life seems jolly rotten, there's something you've forgotten, and that's to laugh and smile and dance and sing. When you're feeling in the dumps, don't be silly chumps. Just purse your lips and whistle, that's the thing. And always look on the bright side of death. Just before you draw your terminal breath. Well, life is counterfeit when you look at it. Life's a laugh and death a joke, it's true. You'll see it's all a show, just keep them laughing as you go. And just remember the laugh last is on you. Always look on the bright side of life. Always look on the right side of life. Always look on the bright side of life. Always look on the right side of life. Always look on the bright side of life. Always look on the right side of life.
Looking on the bright side. So now we get to hear about all the things going on in this community and how this community gives back to us. The first thing is our newly formed social club. Thank you, Mary Wiley and Mel. We're having a gathering at the Paper Hand Puppets. It's called an intervention. I've never been, but I've heard great things about this. A group of us, a small group, and it can get larger between now and this evening, are going tonight. I'm going to be there. My friend Jay's going to be there. Karen's going to be there. Heather's going to be there. Maybe some other people are going to be there. You can go online this afternoon and get a ticket online, an electronic ticket, and you can meet us there. Karen's going to be there saving seats, and we'll be there as a group, all sitting together. And if you can't make it tonight, the next group is, oh yeah, and if you want to go, let me know, because if you want to go and live on this end of town, I will be here at 6:15 to carpool there and drop you off at the end because parking is sparse there. And so please let me know this afternoon. If I don't hear from anybody, I'm not coming here. So, and everybody else, I'll meet you there. And then the next time that a group of us is going is on September 5th, which will be a Monday evening. And that's a really special night because Cindy Jones, who does the drumming nights here once a month and kind of feels like part of our community, her band will be opening that night. So if you want to go that night, meet at the entrance of the Forest Theater at 5:45 or anytime you can get there before 7. 5:45 is a little early for a 7 o'clock show, but if parking's hard, that might be good. And if you want to go to that one, contact Mary Wiley at unitychapelhill.org events, and you can find that on our webpage. Second, this is a really big thing. Unity World Day of Prayer. Everybody in Unity, all the Unity churches all over the world will be praying all day. You know, I think Eric Butterworth said miracles aren't really miracles, but we have to call them that because just that we have power through affirmative prayer is just too mind-blowing. So we call it miracles. And it's something like when synchronicity comes together with something else. I can't remember. But anyway, can you imagine how it is when we're all going to be praying together? So the participation will begin by holding vigil all day. And if you want to sign up, there's a sign-up sheet in the back on the bulletin board Mary's pointing to. And you can sign up for a half an hour vigil, which you can do at home, or you can come here to the sanctuary to do that. If you're participating remotely, there's an online sign-up form, and Mel's putting that link in the chat right now. And so it can be done either way. If you're coming here, there will be a beautiful altar set up so that you can come here and be in peace and pray. It's on a Thursday, September 8th. If you want to make a prayer request to have your prayer prayed over during this vigil. They're available in your program today, and you can fill them out and place the completed prayer requests in the prayer box, which is out there in the foyer. Then at 7 o'clock on that day, we're going to have a brief but meaningful service starting at the back deck. And what we decided to do this year is we're going to use our outdoor sacred spaces. So it's going to be a walk toward the different stations, the Buddha station, the Jesus station, the medicine wheel. And afterwards, and we'll be pausing to receive inspiration from each of these. Afterwards, we're going to gather inside in a circle and offer their prayerful energy together all over the world and pray over those prayer slips in the box. This is a really, really powerful experience. You know, if I could say what the most valuable thing I've gotten from Unity is, it's affirmative prayer. It works. And if you can imagine everybody all over the world focusing on this. And the theme for this year is holding the high watch. Is this not a time to be holding the high watch all over the world? All over the world. So I really invite you to participate in this powerful prayer day. There is a Course in Miracles book study tonight from 5 to 6:30 p.m. It meets on the second and fourth Sundays of each month, and it's live. And both beginners and experienced Course in Miracles students are welcome. You know, my daughter gave me this book for Christmas a couple years ago, and we're just going through the lessons, the meditations day by day. It is so rich, and we're about to finish. I mean, it's taken us over 365 days to do about that many meditations, because sometimes we miss. But it's really amazing to be holding these great teachings in our heart in a group. So if you want to do that, come in. And we have, after service today, on the fourth Sunday of every month, we have the Deeper Dive discussion group led by Gaines Steer. And that is to provide a space and time to talk about the ideas and thoughts that got sparked in this wonderful message by Dr. Barnsley, and share your personal takeaways, your insights, your learnings, any emotions that may have gotten stirred up. And you can bring your coffee and snacks. It's going to be in the chapel, which is the last door on the right at the end of the hall. There are so many ways to stay connected with us during the week if you want a boost. If you would, we're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you like UCP, please give us a review on our Google Business or Yelp page. And you can also sign up to receive our weekly e-news, and the sign-up sheet is on the back table or on that bulletin board one. I think I saw it on the bulletin board, but look around, you'll find it if you're not already getting our e-news and you want it. We also have a wonderful thing that happens after service every Sunday, and that's called the 3-Minute Miracle. And we have a trained prayer chaplain this morning. It's Karen Rowe, who has been trained in this process of affirmative prayer. And if you're feeling a need to be prayed with, if you'll just make a line, I guess, on the left side of the hallway as you face it, and Karen will come and get you and pray with you. There's other ongoing UCP events that we may not have mentioned. You can check inside your program, and You can check inside your program. And I also forgot to mention that if you're live streaming for the 3-Minute Miracle, you can send an email, and this should be on the screen too, prayer@unitychapelhill.org. And last but not, and also Michael Savino does a wonderful neck and back massage after the service. He'll be out there on the deck. If you want to sign up for that, please do.
I rub people the right way.
He rubs people the right way, he says. Yeah. And Alt, do you need a ride home today? Alt needs a ride home after the social. So if you're willing to give Alt a ride home, please let him know. All right. So guess what? We have something that we get to do today that we're so grateful for, and that's to welcome in our children. So let's go ahead and do that with the song that you can find on the back of this sheet. And here we go.
I am the radiant life of God. I am, I am, I am. I am the radiant life of God. I am, I am, I am. The help of God, the strength of God, vitality, energy, vim of God. I am the radiant life of God. I am, I am, I am.
Good morning, everyone. And they're back. Yes, I was so happy to see my children this morning. Everyone's back from vacation, and they shared their stories of what they did. And there was a change in plans. I know in the program it said we were going to discuss, I can't even remember. But anyway, we still had a great lesson about tasting our words and what words we use and how we use kindness. And we did worksheets, and they came up with alternatives to sentence one choosing, give me that, I want it, and, saying it a different way and making up our own. We played the bamboozle game with the jelly beans. You might get a good one, you might not. And the taste followed with the taste in the book. And then we had a snack, and we talked and enjoyed each other. And Chris helped me today. And we just had an amazing time. We really did. And so let's welcome everyone back. Please let them know how much we appreciate them coming back.
Yes, and we'll say the blessing of the children as we send that energy that Barnsley talked about, how we do. It's a gift to us as well. So we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you just the way you are, and we behold the Christ in you. Mwah. So, yeah, let's stand up. If you want to make a circle, we used to do that in the old days, pre-COVID, and I think we could do it again. And if you want to hold hands, you can. As we say the prayer of protection and then sing the peace song. So, let's say the prayer of protection. By the way, this was written during World War II for when the soldiers requested this, I learned. So, the prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And then we sing.